I was addicted to methamphetamines for 10 years, got in trouble quite a bit. And at the very end there, I was in a deep, dark place and started committing crimes back to back and ended up having warrants put out for my arrest and turned myself in on the warrants and ended up being in jail for about a year and 2 weeks before I got out on drug court. I lost custody of her when she was about 2 years old to her father. I did have visitation the whole time, but it did strain our relationship a lot. I hurt her. You know, I did a lot of not showing up and not being there when I said I would be there, or not being there for her. And I knew I had to prove to her. I knew I had to a living amends with her. Like I said, I hurt her and I had to make that up.
I want to say before she got clean, she was like reckless a little bit, and I didn't really have much trust in her. Or like I had a little bit of trust, but I didn't have the amount of trust that I have now. And she's a lot more passionate about everything, and she likes to try and help people now, where before she didn't really care about anything.
I felt very lucky to be voted into the drug court program, because I didn't think I was going to be. I was very nervous about it. It's a lot of time behind it if you fail, but that time was not an option. And once I got rolling, it got easier. I was scared at first. All the meetings, the classes, getting everything in line, not being at home. I went to the upper room, so I was away from my family. I could only see them on the weekends. And then it got easier and easier and easier. And next thing I knew, we graduated. This time I cut out people, places, and things, and that helped tremendously. Still has been a lifestyle change, a complete lifestyle change. There's a whole new world out there of even, you know, when I first got out of jail, I used to look at the sky and say, holy cow, has it always been that blue? You know, just little things like that that you never thought about before are now beautiful, fun, and enjoyable. There's a lot of joy, even in the hard times, being sober. There's a lot of joy to be had, and gratefulness and relationships, and it's just totally different. I can't wait to see her grow up and graduate high school and get married and have kids and be there for my grandkids. I'm excited about it.
Growing up, you know, I was brought up Amish, so I love the background that I had. It had great morals, great, you know, belief, but there's too much of trying to live perfect. In 2018, the relationship I was in was really, really bad. I was feeling suffocated even more, withdrawing even more, drinking more, waking up from morning to all day long. So in 2018, I couldn't take it anymore. I got in my car. I had just chugged a whole glass of, it was straight vodka with a little bit of, usually it was, you know, like a fizzy water with a little bit of vodka. Opposite. It was vodka with a little bit of fizzy, and I drank it. When I got arrested, I called my first husband up. I said, come get me. Let's do this over. And he was willing to do it after 8 years, and he had always said he's gonna wait, and I had always told him, just move on. And he said he's gonna wait. So when I called him that night, he didn't know what to do. I was like, just come get me, we'll figure it out. So he did. He came and got me, but still had a problem. So, you know, you can imagine all of the stuff that's happening, and now I'm having to deal with the fact that I never dreamed I'd get arrested. But it's pretty obvious when you're drinking and driving, it's gonna happen. Kept on drinking. And once again, my husband was patient. I ended up getting arrested 3 more times. And that was when I said, all right, I know how to do life. I need to grow up and figure out what's going on.
There were times where it was a little bit like, I don't really know what's going to happen, and it doesn't seem like anything we do is helping or can help.
I just remember thinking, wondering if she was going to be around if I ever have kids.
My biggest fear was always, at any minute, Laverne's going to call me and he's found her gone.
I was very skeptical. I was like, what is drug court? Because I thought it was some kind of scam or some kind of to trap me into something. So then the 4th time when I got arrested, I remembered because I was ready then. I knew I was in big trouble. So yeah, it was the best choice I could have ever made. It was hard though because, well, one, you have to admit you've made bad choices and you need help. For myself, I know I would have never gotten the help on my own. Had I not got arrested and forced to do something, I would not have done it. Because I was so far into myself thinking that I don't have a problem. Or I knew I had a problem, but just didn't want to face it.
That drug court definitely is what put her over the edge. I mean, until then, it was a struggle. I mean, there were times when I was trying to kick her out because I was done. You go from angry to giving up to feeling hopeless. But then other times you think things are starting to change, things are starting to go good.
Everything that she did and that she put everyone through, I would have never reacted like Laverne reacted. I mean, it was a new thing for me, and it was pretty amazing, actually. I mean, it just shows me that caring and loving will conquer anything.
The season of life that we're in right now is one we haven't experienced yet. Yeah, it's good.
I'm starting my own family now, and it's good to have her around sober.
So I don't like that I went down that path, but I have learned. I've learned a lot. This program, I know there's people that are in it and they're thinking, oh, this sucks. And I've watched them relapse. I watched some of them relapse, and I just think, don't give up. It's worth it. It's worth, I don't know your situation, but it's worth going through it because in the end of this, you're going to have a better life.